Ahoy there, Captain Benzie here, coming at you with another episode of Hard to Port, the series where I took a look at various different Android ports of classic video games to see whether or not they made that jump to Android successfully, or if they were apparently hard to port. Today we're going to be looking at DARIUSBURST Second Prologue. But before we jump in, if you do enjoy this video, please let me know by hitting like on it and consider subscribing to the channel for all things mobile gaming and plenty more of these little, these hard to port episodes. Let me know what kind of games you'd like to see me play in the future, if there's a particular mobile game you think I'd really enjoy, a port that you want to see me do, or just want to chat mobile gaming. Let me know in the comment section down below, or come find me on the various different social media options you should see along the bottom of your screen now. That said and done, let's jump into DARIUSBURST Second Prologue. So, when I was a kid, these kind of side-scrolling space shooters, like we've done R-Type already on this series, I was a huge fan of that type of game. Nemesis, R-Type, Gradius, that kind of stuff. And I used to play one on the PlayStation called Darius, and I didn't actually realise at the time that this was part of a huge series. DARIUSBURST Second Prologue is a continuation on that, and of course for Android, so I needed to download this, give it a go, and what I've done is essentially I've downloaded, I've installed, I've hit record on my microphone, and we are just going to jump right in. Now, those of you who know me know that I do like to just go through things like the configurations and have a look and see if there are any settings that need to be changed before I do so. I like to do this on the camera simply so that we can talk about if there's anything particularly useful or anything that's worth mentioning here. So the button layouts can be moved around. It doesn't look like we can change the size of them though. Okay, fix those into position. We're going to stick on easy mode for the time being, continue infinite, stock of 3. It's nice to see that, like in the arcade games, you can change that. Now, this is obviously one that I have never seen in an arcade on account of it being a big Japanese title and not really being a like one that you see in an arcade cabinet in the UK. So moved, slide your finger on the screen to move your ship. Shot and bomb fire automatically can be switched on and off using the auto shot button. Oh boy. Spark burst. Okay, that's all done on buttons, and you can do the usual finish. You fire and then press it to finish, and you can do it as a counter as well. Cool, let's begin and see how this goes. Of course, as per usual, I do have my jungle cat ready as well, just in case we need that. Oh, auto fire feels so weird in these kind of things, but the touchscreen controls, as you can see, do allow me to move quite quickly from left to right. I can pick up the power-ups. I can do my thing. That's pretty swift. I think actually that makes this slightly easier than the standard arcade versions or the console versions that I've played in the past, simply because I can actually shoot left and right at a ridiculous speed and up and down to avoid bullets. That so far feels pretty good. I'm not going to lie, that's fairly... I'm not a huge fan of the whole auto fire on-off thing, but the controls, so far, not bad. Certainly better than R-Type was. Oh, mind the floor. We're not going to fit that. Crazy music. And one of the things about the Darius series, like Darius and DARIUSBURST, there we go, perfect example, is that it is all ocean-based ships. Like, the ships that you're firing against tend to look like various different types of fish, crabs, or other aquatic creatures. I'll be honest, I'm quite liking these controls. I said I'm not a huge fan of the auto-fire thing, but it works. The touchscreen controls are responsive. Obviously, I'm doing this on my Razer Phone 2. As long as you've got a decent touchscreen, though, I can't see this being a problem. It's fast, it's action-packed, and I'm not sure if I've played this particular version of the game. I did have a PlayStation Vita DARIUSBURST game. As I said, on the PlayStation 1, it was Darius. I remember playing it on a official PlayStation Magazine demo disc. You remember those things. Here we go. Iron Fossil. Huge fish thing. Cool. Yeah, I remember playing it originally on an official PlayStation Magazine demo disc. Getting really excited by it, and one of my friends actually picked it up. I've mentioned him on this channel before, Barry, the kid who had cancer. He ended up picking it up because he loved games like this and Colony Wars and that kind of thing. I ended up borrowing it off him for a long period of time until I found a copy myself in my local electronics boutique, long before that got bought out by Game in the UK. And I loved it. God, I spent hours playing through it. And then there were games like Ikaruga that took over for me. I've just always loved this as a genre of games, and for something on mobile like this, it's very quick and easy to pick up and play. It's bright, it's colourful, it's great fun. You get to go for the high scores. It did say when I picked this one up that there are Google Play achievements on it, which, as you know, I always really enjoy, just because it gives me something to actually work towards rather than just playing the game for the game's sake, which I know is a really ridiculous thing to say, but there we go. I like having a purpose when I play my games, like whether it's downloading something so that I can put it on the channel here and talk to you guys about it and just showcase it, or whether it's me just going for the trophies and achievements. And I've really actually got into trophy hunting on Android a lot more recently. I finished off getting 100% of Hungry Dragon, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I now have it 100% as well. That was actually surprisingly good fun, and surprisingly easy, actually. I was impressed. Like, having done the PlayStation 4 Symphony of the Night trophies, that some there require, none of them are particularly difficult per se, but some of them require a bit of grinding, like trying to get the Chrysia Grim sword from the SHMUPs in the library in the inverted castle, that kind of thing. Fairly simple. I haven't looked at the trophies on this one, I haven't sat there and gone into them. Haven't unlocked any yet, so there's no ridiculously obvious easy ones by the looks of things. But there will probably be score-related trophies, finish the campaign, having seen every mission, doing full upgrades, all that kind of thing. So, it's something for me to work towards, and I love the music in these games as well. It's crazy, eclectic, over-the-top Japanese rock metal. It's crazy. I love it, and just sitting there blowing stuff up. Oh, let's get you quickly, and I keep forgetting I've got the burst. Why do I keep forgetting I have the burst? It's a huge part of this game. There we are. And what are we up against? Oh, Mud Wheel. Okay, this is a slightly more tactical fight. These are ones that I do recognise from, I can't remember if it's the Vita version, or if it's from the PlayStation version, but these are bosses so far that I do recognise. So that's, I don't know if that's just that they're recurring in the series. I'll be honest, I haven't played that many of the Darius series. I've always enjoyed the ones I have, but obviously I've only had access to so many of them. As you can see, it's a bit more of a tactical fight, this one, trying to get all those weak spots and trying not to be blown up by the sheer storm of bullets coming my way. But we're going to try and... Wait! Let's dodge those. It is quite nice having that ridiculously fast dodge with the touchscreen controls. That actually makes things really, really simple. I'm quite surprised by that. Here's when we get to choose which way we're going to go. We're going to go S because I like purple, and it just looks pretty. And the fact that they're letters, to me, insinuates possibly a full alphabet of 24 different zones. That'd be cool. Oh, and we've got blowing up asteroids. Yay. This is something I've always enjoyed in space shooters, the asteroid belt levels. Star Fox back on the SNES was the first game that really did an asteroid belt level really well for me. R-Type, I don't remember having them. Nemesis on my Game Boy Advance. Sorry, just the original Game Boy it was Nemesis. I just had never reached it. It was the... I think level 4, the Den of Doom and Gloom, which, what a brilliant name. Oh, crikey, you're a fast-moving one. But didn't really have the same feel as the Starwing one. The Starwing opening, the Starwing asteroid belt, well, Starwing opening was amazing as well. I love Corneria on the original SNES Starwing. But the asteroid belt, just the ability to blow up asteroids was really cool, and I'm glad that that is something that gets carried across in games like this. And I can't say it enough, I kind of want to pause this and try out the Android controller, simply because I feel like the touch controls are actually possibly verging on the easy side. Maybe it's because I'm used to like this kind of game, and so I know that you can't just go boom and shoot directly off to the other side of it, or you're gonna like hit something and end up blowing yourself up. But it's so fast to move. The fact that I can cross the screen like that so quickly in a kind of semi-bullet hell game like this, it's I don't know how to say it. It feels almost like it's too much of an advantage for the player. I can move too fast, too swiftly, compared to using an analog stick. So I think after this level, I might swap to the Jungle Cat, pause the video for a moment, swap to the Jungle Cat, and give that a try as well. I'm getting some nice upgrades here. There we go. Blood Buckets Asteroids. But yeah, I think I might swap to the Jungle Cat after this, see how it holds up. And this, honestly, again though, this is definitely one of those ports that does not require a mobile controller to get enjoyment out of. So I'm really down with that. That's always a positive to me. Oh crikey, how do we get... Yes, we can get you just quickly there. Burst you down. There we go. This is definitely one of those Android ports that 100% does not require a controller, which can only be a good thing. As I said, in fact, I'm beginning to worry that a controller may actually be a disadvantage in this particular game. I'm loving this. I'm really loving this. This is smooth. Graphically, it's pleasing. I mean, this is what easy sort of... You know, it's a pretty game. It's not the greatest graphics ever. Lightning Flamberge. I'm trying to remember Lightning Flamberge. I don't remember the name of this one, but I don't remember this one. Straight up, we'll have a look. Ooh. Okay, to me, this is actually new. I don't think I've fought this one before. It's like a stingray. Okay. Cool. Let's burst you. Dodge some bullets, stay up the top here. This is one of those bosses that actually aims, which is always cool. There we go, get in the middle area there. That's going to be a big charge attack coming. Yep. Called it. I do feel like there's going to be a big beam attack coming soon as well. He's not done it yet. There it is. Had a feeling. Just dodge the bullets. Stay up here in the corner. Dodge the bullets until that's over. We worry about that first and foremost. Let's burst for a bit of extra damage. And mission done. Right. Okay, so we are going to load into the next level, which I think I'm going to go U up here. That looks pretty cool. I'm going to load into the next level. Then I'm going to pause the game, switch to the Jungle Cat, and we'll be back to see how this works. Okay, we've now got the Jungle Cat connected, so let's see how this feels to play. Okay, so this does... Oh, that's burst. I need to quickly work out what all the buttons actually are for this one now. And I need to do that sooner rather than later. Oh, there we are. There's our firing button. There we are. So D-pad and stick are both movement. And you see that what I mean. The movement, actually, you can't move as far. I can't get from one side of the screen to the other quite as quickly as I can with the touch controls. So that already, actually, as I said, does make controller a little bit of a disadvantage. You can't move as swiftly. But you do have the capability of firing burst fire. Now that, if you're going to be going for score, is absolutely vital, because in games like this, just holding down the button and firing like I'm doing now doesn't get you a good score, because you're not getting a good accuracy multiplier. The idea is that you just want to be hitting just the things that come into your way like this, so you're going to be able to get a better score with controller than you are with touch, which I think kind of balances it out quite nicely, in fairness. That it's not just straight up, oh, why would you use a controller? Because the touch screen just gives you that mobility. But, there we go. Will you please die? Thank you. But you do get the advantage score-wise for using a controller. And, oh, the track on this is amazing on this level. Like, I am genuinely enjoying how crazy and there we are, destroyed ship. How crazy and eclectic this music is. This is a brilliant track. Like, if you do end up going for this game, which actually, if this is your kind of game, if you like these shooters, this definitely is an enjoyable one, and a really good Android port at that. Like, you know, this is fun to play. It's got a decent challenge to it. It supports controllers nicely. The touchscreen controls are brilliant. If you end up downloading this, make sure you come to this level to hear this track. This is just mad. I love it. I wish I could record in-game sound. I really, really wish I had the ability to record in-game sound. Sadly, Android 9 does not have that functionality, and the Razer Phone 2 only has Android 9. I hear it's been added into Android 10, though, so who knows? Maybe one day the Razer Phone 2 will get Android 10 support. Until then, I'm stuck with Android 9 and adding my own soundtrack to the background. But okay, I think we're coming up to the boss now. Yep, there we are, Mirage Castle. Let's see what this one is. I don't recall this one either. Ooh, big tactical fight. Little bit of slowdown there with something this huge on screen, but okay. nothing dangerous, and we sit by in the middle there. Ow, ow, ow. Try and avoid getting hit by all these big shots. I think after this boss, I'm going to call it here for this video, because I don't want to showcase the entire game in one playthrough. But certainly... Oh, wrong button. I want the burst. There it is. But certainly, I really am enjoying this one. This wasn't the cheapest of mobile ports, like some mobile ports like $2 or $3. I think this one was about 7 or 8. But in my opinion, for a full game of this size, absolutely worth it. Like, a great little game. If you like your space shooters like this is certainly one of the better ones out there. The score system, the controls, and it's just an interesting game. There's lots of other ships I know I've seen already. You can see at the start of the video. Lots of other ships to unlock as the game goes on. Different paths to go through the levels, and there are 2 different modes. Obviously, you've got the standard original mode, which is what I'm going through now, and second prologue mode, which actually I can't really tell you what that is. I don't know. Ow! I don't really know off the top of my head, but maybe we'll have a quick look after I've killed this boss. I'll quit out and have a look at what those changes are. Oh, you're an urchin, basically. A sea urchin cross fish inside, like, a massive space castle. Okay. Oh, that's going to annoy me, having the pause button be one of the face buttons. But there we are. Okay, so let's just load into Zone Y. And I'm going to quit out and have a look at the final functions, and then wrap this video up. So yeah, a little bit of slowdown there as well, but we are talking a very graphically intense game here. I seem to remember it doing that a lot in the other versions as well. Right, so let's pause, quit game, and have a look. A new item in view mode has been unlocked. Okay, so there's a view mode. I'm learning all kinds of things about this. And an achievement! Yay for achievements! High score of 30,000, and an assault, so I got 2 achievements. 3 achievements, Iron Master, Mud Master, ooh, Flamberge Master. Nice, okay, so we've got quite a few achievements there. Let's have a look. If I come down here to the achievement list, 59 achievements. That's a decent amount to go through. I'm not going to scroll through them all in case there are spoilers and things like that, but I'll have a look at those later. We've got leaderboards online as well. Under options, view mode, event view, character view. Is this like a model viewer? If so, that's pretty cool. Oh my goodness, it actually is. You can have a look at the bosses and, by the looks of things, different ships and that in this mode. That's really cool. Okay, different enemies, and there's some of the ships that you can play as. That's really cool. I like that an awful lot. That's a really nice addition. There's something to go for there. Illustration view. So what is that like? I'm guessing that's going to be things like the actual development art and stuff. Yep, there we are. Those arrows are weirdly backwards, but let's have a look. And it gets full screen there. That's really cool. So there are unlocks as well, and things to keep you coming back and playing. So what actually is the difference between original mode, original game, and the new specially tuned game mode? Okay, so that's probably something to explore. Obviously, you can see here you've got these other ships to unlock later on. Finish SP mode or original mode once in order to unlock Next Zero. Click any 2 missions in level 3 to unlock this ship for Origin. Nice! There are slightly different stats between these. You can see here, shot power, bomb power, yada yada yada. And same when you go to, like, the Assault. They've all got their different abilities. So again, lots of replay value in there. The only thing I dislike about this port is a real niggly pick, and that's the fact that you can still see the home button and the back button at the right-hand side of the screen right now. It doesn't go into quite full screen mode, but that is a very, very minor issue at all. I'm not even sure I can really call that a complaint. It visually annoys me a little bit, I think, is what I'm trying to say. But otherwise, there we go, that is DARIUSBURST Second Prologue. I'm really impressed with this port. It's a game that I've really enjoyed anyway, but it looks like there is so much replay value there, so much to keep you coming back and going for more, and just like that view mode and the original mode, SP mode, mission mode later on as well, unlocked by completing 2 different routes in SP or original modes. Cool. Loads of unlocks, loads of trophies and achievements to go for. 100% if these space shooters are your kind of game, give this one a go. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Of course, these videos are just me saying what I think and what I'm enjoying. Let me know if this is your kind of game, if it's the kind of game you've played. Have you played any of the G-Darius or Darius series before? What other space shooters are there, especially for Android, and like, okay, not iOS, I was going to say Android and iOS, but especially for Android. What other space shooters are there? Games like this, like R-Type. I really enjoy these kind of games. I'd be very happy to check out a few more and do a couple more videos on this channel for those. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Come find me on your social media of choice. I do love chatting all things mobile gaming with all you folks. Otherwise, happy sailing and see you in space.